Sunday. Text your comments to 53102 or you can tweet us at Neil Sunday Best. You can also email live at todayfm.com if you've got anything to say. Now, if somebody attacked you on the street, would you be able to defend yourself? Or perhaps the question is, would you even try to defend yourself? Because there's plenty of popular self-defense courses out there, but the one that's become extremely popular in recent times is called Krav Maga. And to find out more about Krav Maga, I'm joined by Patrick Cumiskey, who teaches it, and by, perhaps an unlikely source, Senator Averil Power, who studied it. Thank you both for coming in. Patrick, I'll start with you. I watched some videos of Krav Maga. I know Neil Delemere himself is trained in it. It's pretty full on.
Yeah, well, like, it's about saving your life. You know, there's people out there who want to take stuff from you, your life and your dignity. And what we're about is making sure that if you're in a situation where someone tries to harm you, you can protect yourself. And that's what it takes, you know.
Now, this is most commonly associated with the Israeli Defence Forces. This originated in Jewish ghettos back in the 1930s, was it?
Way back in the 50s and 60s and all the way through. And it became the official system of the Israeli army. Like, I trained in about 13 years ago. So I've modified it for Ireland.
Yeah.
You know? It deals with the realities of Dublin and Ireland as opposed to battlefields. You know?
And how and why did you get into it? I mean, did something happen to you that made you feel like it would be worthwhile to train up on?
Well, I used to have a real job, and I sold an IT company, and I was wandering around trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my life. And I was walking through Dublin, having come back from New York, and it hit me, walking through late night Dublin, that I felt I was more likely to be attacked in Dublin than I was in New York. And I was a black belt in karate, and I didn't know what I would do. So at that point, I decided I was going to find a way to teach people how to protect themselves very, very quickly. Okay. And that began that journey.
Okay. Now, Averil, I know, but I don't know how widely known it is among other people that you've done white-collar boxing before, and it was something that you were very enthusiastic about and you really committed to it. Yeah. You'd be able to hold your own in a situation, it's probably fair to say. So why then go from boxing skills to something like Krav Maga?
Because I think there's a big difference between boxing, you know, martial arts, other sports. Really, boxing is mainly a sport that have rules. You know, if somebody attacks, I saw the research on women particularly getting attacked. You're more likely to have a man come up behind you and choke you or grab you and try to pull you down a lane than somebody your height, your weight, standing in front of you trying to hit you in the face. You know, that's not a real life scenario.
And your job, of course, would regularly see you out on doorsteps, perhaps unaccompanied. I mean, have you ever been intimidated or put under physical threat like that?
No, not at all. I've never had a bad experience like that. As a politician, thankfully, most of my canvassing is very pleasant and very polite. Although maybe it's good for people to be forewarned.
Okay, yeah, that the people know if
they might not like to try it on.
Yeah.
No, but I think every woman worries about what would happen if you were attacked. I remember years ago being in a situation where I was pretty sure that a guy was following me, and it was a late night out in town, and I'd been trying to get a taxi and waiting for hours and the one didn't come, and then decided actually it's not that far, I'll walk. And I was pretty sure the guy was following me, and literally at like the last second, the taxi stopped. And it was after that I kind of became much more aware of my personal safety and thinking I'm never ever doing that again. And I think a lot of what Patrick actually teaches on the course, the first 2 hours of the course, are how to avoid getting in trouble.
Yes.
So things like, you know, the psychology of crime and why some people are more likely to be victims than others. Some of that is location, is ending up being the only person walking through a quiet lane at night. You're the obvious victim. If you're walking down a busy street, you know, the person with their head down or fiddling on their phone that isn't aware of anything around them is much more likely to get attacked. So just a lot of it is that kind of stuff, is situational awareness and not getting in trouble. And then, you know, thankfully I like to think I will never need to use Krav Maga,
all going well.
because it has certainly changed my thinking about safety and planning your way home and things like that, which I think are really important for a woman. But if I do, I know that at least I'm less likely to freeze. And if I remember a fraction of what Patrick taught me, then it will hopefully maybe someday that could save my life. And I think it's probably the best investment I've ever made with 2 days is to do a course like that.
Okay, Patrick, it's a very extremely physical form of self-defence. Does that mean then that you have to be extremely fit or extremely healthy to start off, even to get trained in it?
No, not at all. The fundamental we believe we have is everybody has a right to be safe. We've had people in their 80s do the course, and what's people in their 30s to shame. You know what I mean? It's very much, everything is designed so that a normal person can work within it, within their abilities. You know, things that save your life are the simple things. It's not the big fancy Bruce Lee stuff. It's the simple things. Understanding how basically a victim is selected, understanding what we call the interview process. You know, bad guys don't like to get beaten up.
Okay.
So they're going to make sure.
So is it more then about blocking anything like this, or is it about attacking back if someone sets on you?
So first of all, about never being selected as a victim. if you're going through what we call the interview process, interviewing the process, and then if you're attacked, you become the attacker.
And then how much of the trying to avoid being the subject, how much of then it is just about composure, the way you carry yourself when you're walking down the street? Is it can it be that simple?
Scientific research has shown that your gait, the way you walk, is a direct correlation to being assaulted. So the way you walk, the way you present yourself is one of the factors, one of the key factors in being selected as a victim.
Now, one of the things I remember most strongly actually as well is Patrick talking about, changing the dynamic. As he said, an attacker isn't looking for a fight, they're looking for an easy victim. And just by fighting back, even just by shouting, and not standing there and freezing, just by shouting, by moving forward and kind of fighting back at them, suddenly he's thinking, whoa, this isn't going to be as easy as I planned. I'm now going to be delayed here for a certain amount of time, so you're more likely that other passers-by are going to come along or that a guard might be there. So it's just by fighting back, you're convincing him that maybe it's not worth the effort, and hopefully you're convincing the attacker just to run away.
But is there a danger that by taking something like this, that because it gives you a certain amount of composure, that there are some schools of thought that if someone comes up to you on the street and tries to grab your phone out of your hand, that it might actually, the safest thing to do might just be to let
if somebody wants my phone or my handbag,
Absolutely.
I'm not in a Krav Maga situation. I'm not going to risk my safety over something like that. So if it's something like that, I just give it to them. But if a guy grabs you in a laneway, in a chokehold, or somebody is trying to drag you into a car or something like that, then I think every woman should be equipped with how to protect themselves and the most effective way of getting out of an attack, and knowing things like, remember when we're doing chokeholds, and I guess your instinct is to pull, or if somebody's grabbing you, your instinct is to pull, but of course if it's a man, he's going to be stronger than you. So Patrick teaches you simple things like breaking their grip, like knowing where pressure point is, and if you just push somebody in a particular point in the wrist, you're going to break their grip. So it's just simple things like that. It's not all necessarily particularly violent. It's just sensible things that will get you out of that situation, and the whole point of it is to run away as quick as you can. So you're hoping you're only going to leave Krav Maga for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and then you run, and as soon as you have an opportunity, you get out of there.
Now, it's Patrick, there's some comments from a listener that's come in by text to 53102, and I should put it to you. Someone's describing Krav Maga. This is an aggressive and brutal form of control used by the IDF. You shouldn't be talking about it as if they use it to defend themselves. And there's a second text as well. I can't believe you're promoting anything that's used by the Israeli army. They're bullies with billions of US dollars backing up their military machine. Poor defensive Israelis, me arse.
Well, I'm well known for being one of the most pro-Palestine, for all the work that I've done on Palestine and against the Israeli occupation and all of that. No, not at all. I don't. It's irrelevant where Krav Maga initiated, as far as I'm concerned. I think that's irrelevant. I don't promote it as an Israeli thing. I think that it's completely irrelevant. And people saying that it's particularly aggressive and particularly violent. As far as I'm concerned, as a woman, if a man attacks you, and particularly if his intention is to rape a woman or to drag her away and violently assault her, then as far as I'm concerned, for that woman, anything goes. And you have to know, like, that is not the scenario where you're going to be nice. And you're talking to him isn't going to help. So I think I'm not interested in the politics of it in terms of where it originates.
Can I just say, actually, I've trained lots of Palestinian people, lots of people from Lebanon. Everybody is welcome in our course. I'm an Irish Catholic, as far as my mummy tells me, and we're not a political thing, nothing to do with that. We teach people how to be safe.
And are you training an increasing number of women? Because I know that there are some Hollywood people who are big fans of this.
Yeah,
Jennifer Lopez is one.
Well, men and women. To us, it's about, there's a lot of people have this sense that men are well able to look after themselves and have this thing. There's a certain point, I think, when you're in life, when you maybe hit your 30s plus, where maybe you realise you're not immortal anymore, and you need those skills.
To be fair, there's another text here from a girl called Laura in Dublin. She says that she's done the Krav Maga course. It was a great workout, really chilled out people, and she feels much more confident walking around Dublin, which I suppose is really mission accomplished, if that's what you're about. Okay, if you want to find out more about Krav Maga, you can check out a website. I presume, Patrick, this is your website, KravMagaIreland.com, for the dates and locations of classes, and I probably should spell that out as well. That's KravMaga Ireland.com, because it's a tough one to spell, but we will put a link to it on the show page on the Today FM website. Patrick and Averil, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Kevin.
Neil Delamere's Sunday Best on 100.